Welcome back to Commentary. I am Ari, and as you can see, we're starting off a little different today. This is the Kickstarter for the game Touchstarved. It was just recommended to me on YouTube, the trailer for the Kickstarter. Um, and when I went to check it out, like the trailer is really good. Um, I cannot show it to you, I think, because it has like probably copyrighted music, like music from the game. But like, look at this. Like, this looks so good. It's so polished from what the trailer shows. Anyway, the game here is described as a dark romance visual novel. On YouTube, I think it was a gothic horror romance visual novel. Yeah, you all know how much I like visual novels and otome games, which is exactly what this seems to be. And so I went out to check the Kickstarter code. It looked so polished. I wanted to support it. And then I found out that it was already funded in the first 5 hours. I was not the only one that was really impressed. So they were already fully funded. They're doing the stretch goals right now, but I still want to back it, and I kind of want to convince you to maybe do that too, because we have not that many great games. Like look how polished this looks. Just this looks so good already. I mean, we have to see how it looks in game, but I expect many great things from the studio now, and yeah, why I want you to back this actually is because they will port this to Nintendo Switch if they get enough support. And I think that would be really great for this game and for the genre of romance visual novels and otome games in general, because the Nintendo Switch right now is a safe haven for these games, so they will get many sales if they actually manage to port it. So I think it would be great to reach this last goal. Um, yeah, before um, before I start rambling off too much, how about we check out a little bit more about this game? So, Touchstarved, a dark romance visual novel. You were born cursed, with hands that twist the mind of any human you touch. Desperation leads you to the shadow city of Iridia, where your fate intertwines with five monstrous strangers. Each can offer you salvation or damnation. How far will you go to cure yourself? Alright, so this already sounds really interesting. And while I'm making this video right now, you might have already seen it where I scrolled. There's a Steam demo. So we're going to play the Steam demo. And I hope the game will be everything, or like the demo will be everything that we hope. And I hope it will convince you, as it probably will convince me to back this. I kind of already decided, but like, if the demo is bad, of course, then that changes stuff, but I don't think it will be. Anyway, these are the love interests. We have a demon. Um, I will not look too much into them because I want to be surprised too. We have a cursed outsider. We have a changed charlatan, whatever that means, and a repentant angel. I think that's, oh yeah, and a mage, a heroic mage. Okay, whatever. Um, yeah, anyway, our main character apparently has these cursed hands. You may be human, but you've always believed that you're monstrous. You wrap your hands in bandages to hide a deadly secret. A brush of your fingers twists the minds of any human you touch. You long to be free of the curse, but how far will you go to cure yourself? This picture looks horrible, but like in a good way. Like it's a horror game, so yeah. If you don't like this stuff, don't watch this video. Don't play the demo, maybe. It will probably be spooky at some point. This is your warning. Um, yeah, also, I really like that there's like different origins for your character. That's really cool. We have the unnamed, the hound, the alchemist. I don't want to go that much into those right now. I just want to check out the game real quick. But yeah, let's check out the checking. Let's check out the setting, and then we will jump into the demo. In the world slowly succumbing to a mysterious and deadly fog, Your search for cure brings you to a desolate, salt-soaked wasteland where the howls of a ravenous beast echo in the night. In the distance, you can see the spires of Iridia, a city both beautiful and treacherous. Alright, sounds cool. Very cool. Oh, yeah, this is what I mean. Like the game, the UI, everything looks so polished. Everything looks polished. 5 routes. Yeah, no more spoilers. We're done here. I'm gonna open up the demo now. Okay, my microphone just died, and the game is really loud. I hope I'm not too loud now in comparison. We'll see. Okay. Demo product. This is a demo of the Touchstarved prologue and not the finished product. Thank you. Content warning. Touchstarved. That's good that they have one. Is intended for an older audience. It contains mature content that includes, but is not limited to, horror, graphic violence, strong language, alcohol and drug references, injury and dismemberment. Fun stuff. Player discretion is advised. If you accept the embargo terms and content warning, please click to proceed. Tutorial. In Touchstarved, your choices matter. The decisions you make may result in unique dialogue, interactions, or even choices in red text, which contain exclusive content. Try playing through the demo more than once and choosing different options. Depends on how long it is. I will not do that if it's like more than 1 hour. You might even uncover a secret ending. And remember, there are no wrong choices, only interesting ones. Choose wisely and save often. Alright, I can enter my name. How about we go with Arena today? I feel like Arena today. Choose your pronouns. Okay, now we see how the UI looks, the normal one. I will, of course, choose she. Yeah, this game is pretty loud. It was good that I turned down the volume, I think. This world began to unravel long before you were born. It began with I already messed up. Fogfall. Spectral mist bled from the seams where reality was so thin it split. And from that fog emerged monsters, inhumane beings with unnatural powers. Some possessed language and intellect. I'm sorry. Others were mindless beasts, driven by little more than the desire to slaughter. As cities fell and unrest spread, humans united in their fear, while monsters thrived in the chaos. And then there's you. You're not even sure if you're human. You were born cursed, with hands that alter the minds of anyone you touch. Choose your backstory. Alright. So we have the Unnamed, a fallen oracle. You were raised as an oracle in a remote temple. The priests claimed your touch bestowed enlightenment, but a visiting mage revealed your curse for what it is. Following the mage's word, you fled in search of the Senobium. Senobium? You regularly experience unnatural premonitions that rattle your body and soul. An innate sixth sense gives you an heightened awareness of hidden supernatural presences around you. That sounds cool. Anyway, the Hunt, a forsaken thief. You were raised by society's You were raised by society's oh my god, that's a tongue twister for me. You were raised by society's outcasts, criminals who accepted you when nobody else would. Your partner in crime, a friend since childhood, helped you steal enough money for a cure, then betrayed you. They left you with only enough coin to travel to the Senobium, your last hope. You have sharply honed social intuition. You can survive and even thrive in the violent underbelly of any city, using your experience with the underworld to get ahead. Okay. The Alchemist, an abandoned mage. An exiled Senobium mage took you in as a child, raising you as her apprentice. She seemed to take pity on your curse, but you discovered that she was cultivating you as a test subject. So you fled to the Senobium, seeking a cure. You are an unexperienced spellcaster with encyclopedic knowledge of alchemy, spellcraft, and history. With little observation, you can identify the subtle effects of magic. Oh, they sound all good. Damn. I don't know which one to pick. Okay, I think the Hound is the last place for me. But social cues though. I mean, but Senobium is apparently the city where we're at, I guess, and it seems to be a city of mages, so the alchemist is probably good. But I also like to have like premonitions. But I don't want them to be in my body and soul. That sounds like you have like intense what's the English word? Well, whatever. Like you cannot control it, and then something horrible might happen. I think I'm gonna go with the alchemist. Should I? I'm gonna go with the alchemist. Your name is Harina. You selected she, her pronouns. Your backstory is the alchemist. Is this correct? Yes. I think. I don't know. I don't know anything. The wasteland stretches as far as the eye can see. There's nothing out here but death, the ever-present stench of decay, and countless sun-bleached bones cast like seeds across the barren land. I could say death doesn't scare me, but to tell the truth, I'm desperate. It's been 2 weeks since I joined a caravan bound across the wastes. Finding a group that would accept me was a trial in itself. As rations grew sparse and my canteen ran dry, I began to despair. But then I saw it. Dude, like this already looks like it's made by a big studio. Aridia, the city of knowledge. One of the last bastions of humanity left in the world and home to the famous academy called the Senobium. Okay, so it's not a place, it's a social circle, I guess, or an institution. All the world's knowledge gathered in one place. If there's anywhere I'll find a cure for my curse, it's here. Or there, sorry. I'm not there yet. All that stands between me and the cure is the finest stretch of salt-soaked waste. Or so, I think, until I see the first tendrils of fog sneaking beneath the wagon. Is this fogfall? My stomach sinks at the very whisper of it. A silent storm, more devastating than fire, dangerous in cities, but a death sentence beyond them. Oh, Scheiße. A thick blanket of fog engulfs us, smothering out the lantern's light. The wagon lurches to a stop. An eerie silence, heavy as the mist falls over us. The only warning we get is a strangled scream. Step back! No! The cry dissolves into wet gurgling. Oh god. Dude, I actually jumped. Then the wagon violently pitches to the side. I hit the ground hard, the air punched from my lungs. When I opened my eyes, adrenaline lends sudden, awful clarity to the carnage around me. A trader I once shared bread with, faces down in the mud, their back reduced to long strings of torn muscle, gleaming gristle, and exposed bone. Okay, they're not pulling any punches. Bodies litter the wasteland. Oh god. I'm actually getting spooked. I try to rise, but my ankle explodes with a pain so blinding. White blom, wait, white blooms across my vision. Oh my god, okay. I try to rise, but my ankle explodes with pain so blinding. White blooms across my vision. Only when my eyes adjust do I see the dark shape in front of me. It has so many eyes. A soulless stoops over the twisted form of a caravana. Caravana? I freeze, but it swivels its head. A dozen bulging eyes twitch in my direction and blink as one. Not cool. Stop. The soulless lets out an ear-splitting shriek and runs at me. But right before it reaches me, the beast barrels past, vanishing into the mist. Distantly, a horse screams in the dark. I need to move now. Towards the wagon that's in shambles, I run towards the city. I take off, running deeper into the haze. The fog is so thick. Well, you could have told me that it's deep into the haze. Well, whatever. The fog is so thick that I fear I'm headed in the wrong direction until I see a dim... It's still too loud, is it? Until I see a dim pinprick of light emanating from the shadow of a spire. It's faint, but it's enough. I came too far to die here. Rapid footsteps echo all around me. I turn in circles, frantically searching the opaque mist for the source, but the fogfall twists and stretches sound. Suddenly, the caravan's driver bursts forth from the fog. Our eyes meet too late. Oh no, he slams right into me, knocking me to the ground and slips in a patch of mud. No, I know. Oh no, I know what's gonna happen. There was this one picture in the campaign. I don't want to see it again, and then on the big screen. Oh no. The soulless falls on him as soon as he slows. Okay, never mind. It catches the driver by his throat and rakes his stomach with razor-sharp claws. That could have been me. Also, this thing has fingers for whatever is the name in English, but that's so weird. He comes apart like wet paper, so the caravan driver, spilling intestines and viscera in a steaming tide. Oh boy. Fighting the urge to heave, I claw frantically through the slippery muck for a handhold. Shit. My hand catches on the jagged edge of a rib jutting up from the water. Bandages unfurl around the gouge turn deep into my palm. The pain is quickly forgotten when a hand closes around my wrist. Oh no. Can you stand? One of the travelers from the caravan leans over me, and he seems so nice for helping us in such a dire situation. We need to run. Oh no. They reach for my hand, and I realize, too late, that my bandages have come undone. No! Don't touch me! The sensation of their thumb brushing the back of my hand sends a shiver down my spine. Oh, I'm not ready for this. I'm not ready for this. All it takes is one touch, and in the space of a breath, my curse takes hold. Oh shit. Their lips peel back into a deranged grin. Don't zoom in. I'm trying. No, I've seen this face countless times before. It's my curse, madness of my own making. Their grip on my hand tightens until pain radiates from my knuckles. Let me go! Suddenly, clammy hands crush my throat, choking off my breath. Okay, I don't... Yeah. A spit bubbles up from the corners of their mouth and flecks my face. The edges of my vision darkens as my lungs scream for air. I don't think I can scream right now. I think I have to fight him. I actually do. My nails gorge deep into the traveler's wrist, but no matter how much blood I draw, they don't flinch. The more I struggle, the tighter their grip grows. My pulse hammers in my ears, slowing with each throttling beat. Well, in the best scenario, I think that monster will come back and kill him, so I'm free and can run to the light or something. Or someone comes to help me, but I don't think that will happen. This can't be happening. I'm going to die, and not because of the fogfall or the soulless, but because of my own curse. Tears sting in my eyes. No, 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 not here, not like this. The hands drop from my neck, leaving me breathing for air. My lungs burn with each ragged cough. Why did they drop suddenly? My vision clears and the traveler's face takes shape, hovering inches from mine. Lips still split in that macabre smile, even as blood seeps between their teeth. They give one last shuddering breath, then slump over, the claws hooked through their stomach. I was right. The soulless shoves the body aside, and the glowing eyes suddenly studding its leathery skin, thin as through grinning. You know what? It's kind of weird that it ran past me in the first event. There's a flash of claws. Red spills across my vision. I thought there would be pain, but as I sink onto the murky water, all I can feel is a grit of slit filling my mouth and the icy embrace of shallow water. Distantly, I notice an arm resting among an outcrop of reeds. Mine, neatly severed at the elbow. It should have taken both arms. Without them, maybe I would have survived. Maybe I could have had a home. Instead, I die cold, alone, and face down in a desolate wasteland. A fitting end for a monstrosity like me. Is that actually the end? If this is death, it's not as bad as I feared. The cold is gone, as is the choking stench of bog water. I could drift forever, cocooned in oblivion, until all thought and sensation vanished. No curse, nobody howling at me in madness and terror, nothing at all. The thought has a terrible appeal to it. But the next moment I take a reflective breath. Air pours into my lungs, then out again in a ragged gasp. Feeling comes flooding back. Warm cloth on my bare skin, a firm surface underneath me, a strange tang of sulfur in the air. And don't be afraid. I twist my head towards the voice. Tears flood my bleary vision at the bright glow of lamplight. Try not to move. The voice is calm, steady, and commanding. But more importantly, it's a stranger's voice. One thought cuts through my mental fog. I have no idea who this is, and I'm completely at their mercy. Stay away from me! My words come out in little more than a creaky whisper. I clam my mouth shut, hating how weak and helpless I sound. No. No? Who the hell is this? Actually, you know what? I don't know where I am. I don't know what's happening. I'm just gonna stay put. I let myself slump back against the thin pillow, wincing when emotion jolts my head. Ah, a cooperative patient. Thank you. The words swim in one ear and out the other, without much comprehension. I pull the sheet up higher, wiping my eyes until my vision clears. The stranger towers over my prone form. Warm light reflects off his pristine medical coat. I instinctively shrink back, and that's when I notice that I'm completely naked, except for a thin linen sheet. Oh boy, okay. Naked, lying on a low cot, with a pair of sharp golden eyes watching my every move. The man's gaze flickers to my exposed, unbandaged hands. I plunge my hands under the sheet to hide them from sight, though it's too late. He must have noticed what they looked like. Strange, cursed, inhuman. I brace myself for his inevitable suspicion and disgust, but his expression doesn't even flicker from that courteous smile. He just watches in placid silence as I struggle to make sense of my surroundings. Where am I? Who are you? Be calm. You are safe here. Whoever this is, he clearly has no idea who or what I am. I've never been safe anywhere with anyone. Even my own mentor, my teacher, thought I was nothing but a convenient specimen to be used and discarded. I scowl, pulling the sheet protectively around myself. Where are my clothes? The man's golden eyes narrow slightly. A sharp sigh rustles the papers in his hands. I see, you are not to be dissuaded. Your clothes were torn to shreds when I found you, but I procured, dang it, I know that word, but I cannot say it. Procured, well, whatever, replacements. With a soft creak, he stands from his chair, giving me a better view of my surroundings. I seem to be in some sort of medical clinic. Bottles of silvery alchemical concoctions align the counters in neat rows. The air makes my nose twitch, a faint whiff of smoke, and something distinctly metallic that I can't quite place. The doctor produces a large, dense bundle of cloth, which he sets at the foot of my cot. He's easily a head taller than most, and I have to crane my neck to look at him. You know what? I don't care about decency right now. I should be polite if I can, especially since I don't know who this is, what he can do, or what he wants with me. Thank you. You are welcome. I will leave you to get dressed. With a curt nod, he leaves through a narrow door. I hear a soft click as the lock turns behind him. I count to 3 in the sudden silence. When I don't hear any more footsteps, I reach for the bundle of clothes. An itch from my elbow stops me short. I reach down absently to rub it, then freeze where my fingers meet a neat line of stitches. I know what I saw. The beast took my arm clean off. And yet, my arm shows no sign of injury apart from the black stitches poking through my skin. I gingerly flex my fingers, feeling my heart race at the sensation. This is impossible. I should be dead, or at the very least, gasping out my last breaths. I squeeze my eyes shut, waiting for the pleasant dream to unravel, to wake up bleeding out in the swamp. But nothing happens. The seconds tick by, and my arm remains resolutely healed, my surroundings pristine and quiet. In numb disbelief, I reach for the replacement clothes and begin stiffly pulling them on. They're thicker and warmer than mine, with a black woolen cloak to go with them. But there's one thing still missing: my bandages. The golden-eyed man didn't leave me any, even though I know he saw my hands. I slide off the bed and take a few unsteady steps towards one of the drawers. If this is indeed a doctor's clinic, there must be bandages somewhere. I start opening drawers at random, and of course that's when the door swings open once more. Are you looking for something? I whirl around, clutching a thick roll of clean bandages. I try to step back from him, but my legs bump against the edge of the cot. Your caution is understandable, though if I meant you any harm, you would know. That doesn't make me feel better in the slightest, but he makes no move towards me, so I quickly wind the bandages around my hands. The glowing scars and mottled skin disappear under a layer of clean white cotton. May I ask why you need additional bandages? I clench my jaw. I knew it would only be a matter of time before he asks about my hands, though the way he does it is strangely roundabout. Okay, this is, I think, a good timing to save. So, okay, let's see. We can say nothing. We can glare at him, or we can decline to answer. Isn't like saying nothing also declining to answer? I guess we're saying we won't answer. I guess that's the difference. I don't want to glare at him. He was really helpful so far. So I would say, since I cannot say what's wrong with me, I would just decline to answer politely, I hope. Well, that's a very personal question, and I don't really want to answer. I think he might respect that. Is that so? Surely you realize that I can only help if you tell me what ails you. An involuntary snort of laughter escapes me. Where would I even begin? Would he even believe me if I told him? No, best to keep my curse to myself for now, and learn more about him first. Who are you? You may call me Curious. And where exactly am I? Iridia, which I assume was your caravan's destination. I can think of nowhere else for a group of travelers to go. Iridia. So I made it to the City of Knowledge after all. I should feel relieved, but all I can manage is a vague guessing of increasing unease. How did I end up here? I brought you to my clinic, of course. You were the only survivor from the caravan, barely clinging to life. You needed immediate treatment. Which you provided. Yes. He says it so simply, as if I'm a small child and he's explaining basic addition to me. I frown and flex the fingers of my recently healed arm. Aside from being a bit stiff, it feels fine, thoroughly attached to me. You're saying that you stitched my arm back on? Pardon? A soulless attacked the caravan. It ripped everyone to shreds. It tore my arm clean off. But when I woke up here, I spent my entire life learning from a Senobium mage, and I know of no alchemy or magic that could reattach a severed limb. Even if he somehow could heal me by magic, I should detect traces of it, but I sense nothing out of the ordinary at all. The doctor, curious, pinches the bridge of his nose. He sits back down in his chair, quiet for a long time. I do not know where you come from, but Iridia is the city of knowledge, and deadly secrets alike. Information is power, and it is most unwise to give or receive it freely. Since you have refused to divulge your secrets, I will not divulge mine. I do not even know your name. You are new to Iridia, so I will overlook the specific breach of etiquette. However, you should not expect others to extend the same courtesy. Do you understand? Very much. Thank you for that. He looks pointedly at my freshly bandaged hands. Loath though I am to admit it, he has a point. I am also a complete stranger to him, and if he's telling the truth, he saved my life. I take a deep, steadying breath. This time, when I speak, I sound a bit more like myself. Irina. My name is Irina. It is a pleasure to meet you, Irina. Oh, he smiled. There's a little more warmth to his smile, and his polite demeanor back in an instant. I want to thank him again, kind of. I think he doesn't really need a reason. Maybe he was intrigued, but I don't need to know that right now, I think. Thank you for saving my life. I chance a smile in return, even if he won't explain how he did it. How he did the impossible. There's no doubt in my mind that I'd be dead if not for Curus. I think nothing of it. I'm not sure if he's just being excessively courteous, but his words only raise more urgent questions. But I have to ask, why did you save me? You don't know me. The question seems to startle Curus. I could hardly leave you to die in the wastes. Assisting those in need is the very essence of a doctor's duty. I've never met a doctor who also handed out free clothes. My fingers find the edge of the cloak. There's a subtle but delicately embroidered pattern around the hem. I try not to think about what kind of price Curus might ask for such well-made clothes. No, I suppose not. Forgive my presumption. I rarely come across so fascinating a patient. Uh-oh, trauma comes. I blink. What did he just say? I simply meant that few would cling to life so resolutely, or brave such a perilous journey to Iridia. I could not help being curious about you, Irina. His voice dips to a soft murmur, and he abruptly looks away from me. Huh. Okay. Interesting. We only met one person yet, and it's already half an hour. This might be a long journey. What do we say? I don't know what to say to that. You're pretty curious yourself. Yeah, I will say that. You're pretty curious yourself. Am I? Oh, he looks amused by this. He likes that I said that. Well, I haven't forgotten about my arm. I wriggle my fingers that are intact. Whatever. And clearly not. But you haven't asked me for any payment either. I require none from you. Travelers do not have an abundance of coin, and it would be unethical to leave you desolate in a strange place. Destitute? Sorry. I fall silent, unsure what to say to that. Nobody would help a horror like me for free. There has to be some kind of catch or trick, right? I don't really like him a lot. I mean, he has a dark secret and stuff. Yeah, but like, dude, he's so nice. I can't. A loud knock at the front door stops our conversation cold and spares me from having to say anything else. Duty calls. Unfortunately, you are not my only patient today. The knocking grows more insistent, and Curus lets out a tired sigh. Please, wait your turn. Though he says it quietly, the claimer on the other side of the door abruptly stops. Do you need anything else before you leave, Arena? Oh. Between the soulless attack and my miraculous survival, I'd almost forgotten why I came to Iridia in the first place. I need directions to the Senobium. The Senobium? Oh, he did not like that. The look on his face is downright chilling. He pauses, choosing his words with cold deliberation when he speaks again. Whatever you seek, it is very unlikely you will find it there. The Senobium's gates open for a precious few visitors. Even if they did, you would not like what you found inside. My heart sinks. Is he saying that I came all this way for nothing? Risked life and limb for nothing? No, that can't be. I've only just arrived, and Iridia is the largest city still standing. There has to be a cure for me here. Then, if not the Senobium, where would you suggest? Do you know anyone else in Iridia? I shake my head. Then I suggest a local guide. Head to the Wet Wick and ask for Leander. Excuse me? The Wet what? The Wet Wick. He sounds deeply unamused. Follow the postings advertising Leander's bloodhounds. They are difficult to miss. When you meet Leander, tell him I sent you. There isn't much to go on, but Curious points towards the clinic's back door. You'll be safe so long as you do not draw attention to yourself. Oh, I definitely will, if I know anything about games like these. That's easier said than done. I've always been a magnet for the worst sort of attention. If you require my assistance, you may return whenever you wish. Though he's smiling, there's a note of finality in his voice. Resigned to my dismissal, I slip out the back door. Thank you for watching this far. As I expected, this demo is a few hours long, so I'll have to cut things short here. I hope this convinced you to back the Kickstarter. The campaign is open until the 20th of May. Regardless if it did or didn't yet, I'll keep these episodes coming until we finish this demo. So if you want to see more, keep your eyes peeled and maybe ring that bell. Until the next episode, bye.